find out. This way? Can a troll not so close? Keep moving. No, I'll go look. On his way. Moving on.
What a beast. A demigod indeed.
There is no time for talking. Cast the hex and put it back together.
I was just about to.
What happened?
I don't know. It's gone.
Gone?
Yes. The field dog's energy, the hex power. I had it and was trying to fuse it back together, but then it just vanished. I don't understand this, Chieftain. I studied this spell for years and...
Is he telling them he killed it? Sarek's cub is dead?
I told you I don't know. Norse claws, I don't understand this myself. I did everything right. I tapped into the archfire, and then I...
He failed! That is what the stranger did. He failed! Grungwar told the chieftain, brittle bones cannot be trusted. Let Grungwar crush him, chieftain. Let Grungwar crush him here and now. He deserves it. He should...
This one is alive.
They heard that? Is this him? Is this Zarek's cub?
A cub? Yes, this one believes you could call them that. So, you are this one's saviors, are you not? Interesting.
How
can it be the moon can hear it? Is this some sort of hex? A hex that goes into their minds?
The tiny meatbag is right. This one is speaking out through their minds. That lump of flesh between their skulls.
Why worked the stranger's hex not? It should have brought the cub back to life.
I'm wondering the same thing.
It did not work because this one's flesh has grown too weak. 2 centuries this one has been this way. 2 centuries torn into pieces. This one had a plan, yes, but the human he chose to take him out of here was too weak. So here this one lay, decade after decade, the bond between his limbs growing ever weaker. And now that his flesh is finally rejoined, it has grown too weak to hold his spirit. It's pathetic.
The human he chose. Speaks the cub of the chieftain of this place, Hierophant Ishara.
Ishara, yes. She was weak in the mind, but strong in flesh and magic. So this one thought she might be able to hold him. She was not.
So Zaska was right. The cub drove the Brutal Bones mad, so they would kill each other.
Yes, the Lightlings. They think their noble spirits make them so high and mighty. Yet that is why they will ultimately succumb. Softness, love, hope. Where there is virtue, there is the seed for corruption. Strength is untouchable.
Hope is good. Crumple always say so.
Look. The firstborn's blood has a weak spirit. Disappointing. Everything seeks to survive and to grow, but only the strongest will. This is the law. This is the struggle. This is the cycle.
So the cub is saying, what? That his body has become useless.
Yes. However, this one knows of the troll struggle. The human hunters, the orcish slavers. The scales are not tilted in their favor.
Then the cub knows why they have awoken him.
This one does. And this one also has the strength they seek to cure the rot in the troll's dying blood and to crush their predators like the meatbags they are. Were this one's flesh not useless, he would do it.
Where did the cub's powers come from? From Zarek, like the Moonkin's hexes come from Mugwa.
The tiny meatbag is brazen, comparing this one and its sire to a god that does not exist. Yes, this one's magic comes from Zarek, but like Zarek's, this one draws it from the same place all beings do, like the trolls do too.
What is he talking about? What place?
The Archfire. He's talking about the Archfire, the source of all magic.
The Dark Elf speaks the truth.
Said the cub just that Mugwa exists not? She gave the Moonkin the power to speak and to cast hexes, and she has protected them for centuries.
That is what this one said, because it is the truth. The Guardians and the Renegades exist, but Mugwa, the goddess of the trolls, is but a mirage.
Nonsense. Chieftain Narjak Firstborn was her chosen. That is why his flesh did not grow older.
So that is what your chieftain told you. Your chieftain was immortal because he was a firstborn, a prime specimen of your race. It was Zarek who gave your
your chieftain his immortality, and he passed part of it on to your vicious little moon blood. Curious he wouldn't tell you this. Then again, every race has its own little story of why they are the chosen ones. So this one should not be surprised.
This is... Quiet, Grungwar. They have no time. So the stranger was right. The cub truly knows how to cleanse the Moonkin's blood so they can give life again?
Of course. Life and death, growth and decay. All powers that come from the same source. This one can purge the troll's blood, and they will be strong again.
If Zarek's cub knows why the Moonkin summoned it, then he also knows the Moonkin tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters right now. Is there anything they can do to restore its body?
There is. This one is grateful for what the trolls did. So this one hoped there would be another way. But because the flesh is so weak, there is not.
Then say it. Whatever it is, the Moonkin will pay the price.
This one needs to perform the sanguine ritual at an archfire vein. And to do this one needs a new vessel.
A vessel?
Yes. This one's old flesh is dead, and it will stay dead no matter what they do. The only way to survive is to form a new body at an archfire vein. But to do this one's spirit needs a vessel. One to carry it to the vein and serve as a conduit. This is his offer. Grant him one of their bodies as a new vessel and bring him to an archfire vein. Then he will rise anew. Help the trolls crush their enemies and cure their blood as they ask of him.
This vessel, what will happen to it?
Death.
He knew it. Zaska knew it. What is an archfire vein? What is he talking about?
There are many words for it, but in essence, they are places where bits of archfire magic seep through. Imagine a giant bright flame buried under layers and layers of rock. That is the archfire, the source of all magic. Veins, where the rock is particularly thin, allow mages to tap into that power. There are several of those on Io, but the most prominent are the ones where the Godstones struck Io, the blue crystal comets. Like that shrine where you buried your chieftain, Magwa's cradle, or the one in the Red Meadow.
Listen to the Dark Elf.
The stranger speaks of Magwa's blood drop. The stone...
So your people believe, yes.
No, there must be another way. The Moonkin have his body. Can they not just take it to this vein so the cub can resurrect it there?
This one told them. This flesh is dead and useless. By bringing the parts together, they allow this one to mend his spirit. But that is all. The only way for this one to return to the world is by forming his body anew. That is why he needs a vessel to take his mind to a vein.
The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Grungwar understands. Chieftain Akrug, let Grungwar make this sacrifice. He will offer his body to the cub so they can save the Moonkin.
No, this is big shit. There will be no more sacrificing. Rot it. They know not even if what this thing says is true.
Gave Zaska not his blood for the tribe just moments ago? They heard the cub. There is no other way. Please, Chieftain, let Grungwar do this. Grungwar has lived far too long, and his old hide has long been a burden for the tribe. Let him
Weak.
What?
You are weak. The Hierophant's body could not hold this one's spirit, so there is no way your old and useless flesh could. And the same goes for the Chieftain and the Worm-Eater. The Firstborn's cub could. The chance is still small, but it could.
He means...
Noag. He is talking about your brother.
Grunwar. Noag is the last troll of the Firstborn blood. If he goes, then it will be forever lost. And Trollkind...
There are other ways. It is true, this is horrible, and it would break Grunwar's heart. But all the Moonblood of the world is not worth leaving a whole tribe to slaughter. Grunwar is so sorry, Moonblood.
How very true indeed.
Akrog understands not. Why could he not hold the cub spirit? He is strong and young. He can take it.
Yes, you are strong. Just like the brittle-bone priestess Ishara was. But it is simply not possible. This one is a god. You are mere meatbag.
I think he's telling the truth, Chieftain. I'm powerful, and his magic would kill me in an instant.
But... No, Akrog will not do this. Akrog will not harm his little blood.
So soft. No wonder your kind is dying out, Chieftain. No wonder.
Little blood, come, they are leaving.
Noag accept.
What?
Noag accept Cub's pact. If Noag's blood can save tribe, he'd do it. Now this is interesting.
No, Noag will not accept anything. He heard Big Blood. They are leaving, right now.
Zazka is right. Big Blood forbids Noag to do this.
And Noag refuse. Big Blood always teach Noag that tribe more important than blood. He remember? Noag listen, and Noag learn.
What? No, that is not what Akrog meant. He would never...
He'd be alright, Big Blood. Noag no afraid of going to Moonlit River, because he swim with Crumple and Sire there. Noag save the Moonkin. Do the pact, Cub. Noag agree to be vassal.
Can Zazka help?
So it will be.
No, he cannot do this. He... Noag.
Is he...
Of course he is dead. He is dead because that rotten, foul-tusked, stupid thing killed him!
It was the only choice.
Rot his stupid choices! Why stop trusted one him not? Why? By Mugwa, this was Noag. This was his same blood.
Akrog tried. Rotted thinks Zazka that this is easy for Akrog. It just happened too fast.
Wait, something is happening.
Little blood.
No. Zarek's fangs. To draw breath again.
Fascinating. It took him over.
Maybe Noag's body with the cub spirit would be enough.
The meatbag still hopes he can save his brother, does he not? No. This vessel, and even if it were different...
Akrog understands. What now? The cub said it needs an archfire vein for this ritual. So must they go back to Mugwa's cradle?
This is what this one suggests.
Actually, there might be another way. I searched the Blackheart jungle for veins before we met, and there are 2 more on Urgarth that I know of. You've been to one of those already.
The Red Meadow. Where is that other one? Closer to here than Mugwa's cradle?
Not closer to here, but closer to where your tribe is fighting the Chainers and the Hunters as we speak. It's at the northern coast. If we perform the Sanguine ritual there instead of the cradle...
Then less time will be lost traveling. A good idea.
Then they will march for the coast at once. There is nothing left in this place. Akrog has spoken.
Few words were spoken as the 5 figures marched through the jungle. Think, Akrog told himself. He should be thinking, agonizing, brooding over whether his choice was the right one. But he could not. His mind was as dull and silent as the temple they had left behind. Just 3 thoughts crept in, over and over. Reach the coast, resurrect the cub, save the tribe. That was all that mattered. The sun had risen again when Zaska jerked up a hand and stopped. Listen, he said. Fighting. And it was close.
They hear that?
Fighting.
Quick.
Keep the worms waiting a bit longer.
Grungwa is here. Chieftain Akrog, Blood Hexer. Is that him? Or are Cabrax's fat eyes failing him?
Not at all.
And here Nurbok thought that cursed temple had eaten them. He sees no cub, though. Means this, the cub is right here. Mugwa's. What?
The chieftain will explain. He will explain everything.
So, the Moonblood has gone into the Moonlit River.
Not yet, but he is on the threshold.
Well, Cabrax knows not what to say. He is sorry, Chieftain. This must have been a terrible choice. And Chieftain Akrog made the right one. Noag Moonblood will be remembered as a hero.
The rain that has fallen is with the ground. Now, tell him about the battle. How many enemies are they facing? And knows Anuk of this archfire vein the stranger spoke of? The blue crystal, like the blood drop.
He does. But they talk in the tribe camp, Chieftain. Come, follow Anuk. There is Greenskin eyeing troops on the way, but that is nothing the Moonkin cannot handle. The Greenskins crushed the bridge Anug and the kin used to come here. But there is other way.
Let them march then. It's time for the Moonkin to fight.
So, Grungwar and Nurbok fight side by side once more. Almost like in the old days, no?
It will never be like in the old days again, Nurbok. The bond of trust has been shattered. Come, Chieftain. Let them march.
Yes. Not smash!
will not get away from some.
Next, help her service. What is needed of him?
That was all of them. Come with Akrog. They are headed for the tribe camp.
Going now. Let him at them.
Magua, mend their flesh. War is ready.
What now? More trouble.
Pathetic. And you call yourselves the Chosen of Zarek.
There will be many more. Come with them, kin. There will be time for answers later.
He is on his way. Wait, Chieftain Akrog! Mugwa's piercing tusks. Zaramak think Chieftain dead. He think they all dead.
They are not. What are Zaramak and the Scrappers doing so far from the tribe camp?
What they do best, of course. Look for scrap to use for guarding camp. There are much of it here in jungle. From old to new. How endearing. Zaramak, guess? What's wrong with Moonblood? He looked different.
There will be time for explanations later. Join them in the tribe camp, Zaramak. They have a battle to plan.
Akrog speaks true. Before they go, though. Rot it. There is no good way to say it. Nurbok is still a traitor. He took control because it was the only way to save the tribe. But now that Akrog is back, wants Akrog Nurbok to stay and fight, or to go back into a cage, Nurbok will bow to his word.
This battle needs every warrior it can get. Nurbok will lead the guarding until the sanguine ritual has been completed.
Understood. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Chieftain. Oh, and cub. Crush those cursed rat tusks. This tribe has bled for it.
Good. Now to the tribe camp. All right, Anuk. Give Akrog a view on the battle. How are the Moonkin holding up?
Well, Anuk wish he had better answer for Chieftain, but the truth is, it is bad. Both the Chainers and the Hunters attack us all the time. Anuk think they try to make the tribe weak before dealing the killing blow. The battle is going for almost a sunup and a sundown now, and we already lose many kin. Anuk not lie, Chieftain. It looked dark. Very dark. Well, they have the cub now, so the wind has turned. Where have the Chainers built their tribe camp? Their cow? Well, there is two, actually. One is a little camp on Small Hill. Iamak think that is where they send their wyverns from.
And the Moonkin will destroy it. What about the big camp?
That one is a bit farther south from the small camp, in the east. It is well shielded, though, so it will be a tough fight. Forget the tribe camp for now. They should focus on conquering the vein first. This one can sense it's nearby. Have the meatbags found it already? He speak of Anuk? It is true, they have. It is near the Chainer camp, a bit to the southwest.
Well, then we know what we need to do, don't we? Defend the tribe camp and conquer the soil around the veins so the cub can perform the sanguine ritual.
The stranger speaks true. What about the hunters, though? Where are they?
Cabrax can answer that question. They're down in the very south. But it seems like they have shielded off their tribe camp with hex barriers. It is probably as Anuk says. They want to wait with their final charge until the Moonkin are weakened. Cabrax and his bone hexes tried to banish the hex walls, but they are too strong.
For you, once this one has his flesh back, no hex gate in the world will stop it.
All the more reason to seize the vein first. Have the hunters other tribe camps in the jungle?
Huh. The big spot one more, but it is also behind the hex gates. Anug think they make warriors appear in strange spots with air flickers all across the coast from there. Just like they do in Mugwa's cradle.
Teleport hexes. Try Cabrax to banish them?
With hexes and with crush sticks, it is true, but it works not. Whatever they use, it must be very, very powerful.
Well then, there is nothing the Moonkin can do but fend off the warriors until they find a better solution. Good. This helps. Now, enough chatter.
Wait. Chieftain Akrog, is that him? And what happened to Noag?
There is no time for explanation. What is wrong, Julog?
One of Julog's beaks spotted something in the ocean, so Julog went to see what it was. It seems like there is a group of brittlebones, humans, coming on ships.
Humans? What could they want here?
Julog knows not, Chieftain.
Maybe they are a helping pack for the hunters. They should be wary.
Wary, cautious. There will be struggle and bloodshed, meatbags. That is something to look forward to.
The only thing Akrog looks forward to is marching over the corpses of those rotten hunters and greenskins. They have plagued the Moonkin for hundreds of moons. Now it is time to return the favor. Kin, to their places. The battle begins.
Well said, Chieftain. I will stay here and do my best to keep the camp safe. Good luck.
Zazka is listening.
He is going.
What on Urgath is this? We'll go there.
The eye?
No. Why? It feels as strong to Akrog as the one in Mugwa's cradle.
It is strong, but also tainted. This one supposes many creatures have used it over the centuries. There's something this one can do, but this one will need the Dark Elf's help for it.
Then they will get him.
All right. Let them get the stranger.
Fascinating. 3 Archfire veins so close to each other. Either way, good work securing it. So, you said you needed my help?
This one does. As this one told the others already, the Archfire vein has been tainted by use. There is a way to cleanse it, but the Dark Elf will need to help.
He will. What needs he to do?
Channel a spell onto the vein while we spill some blood. Few things are as powerful as blood fresh after it is shed. This one will create a link between the vein and himself, and the Dark Elf must maintain it. This way, every drop of blood shed in this battle will be drawn to the vein. Once there is enough, this one will purge its taint.
And then he can do the sanguine ritual?
perform the sanguine ritual and use his vessel's power to form this one's new flesh. Yes.
Noag. His name was Noag.
How much blood?
This one cannot say.
Can the stranger do?
Sounds like demonology.
Well, then it is decided. It will soak this ground in brittlebone and greenskin blood. It will do it for Noag. Enemies are attacking!
Only fools challenge the Moonkin.
What now? More trouble? Ready for action. Can a troll not rest for a moment?
That grog is ready.
Hunters attacking! Shield the tribe camp!
This way.
Grunwa is here.
The tribe must survive! Let him at them!
The building is done.
Enemies are attacking!
The tribe is strong together. Yes. Chieftain, their workers are in danger. Yes.
We will protect the tribe.
What now? More trouble?
What can he do for the tribe?
The blood! The tribe!
What should he do?
What is needed of him?
That way.
Interesting. Probably.
Enemies are attacking! Enemies are attacking!
They cannot stop the tribe! Zazga is listening. They will not get away from Zazga.
He will wipe them out!
building is done.
You work now.
A building is done. Enemies are attacking! What now? Let Grandpa trouble closer. Enemies are attacking! They will regret this. A building is done. Chieftain, their workers are in danger. May Magua guide his help. Chieftain, their workers are in danger. Vayne, now! He is going. He might be old, but his tribe has lost a sector, Chieftain. Go join the worms. Great. More problems to smash. Enemies are attacking. At his service. Chieftain, their workers are in danger. Run him back there. What next? Enemies are attacking. Chieftain, their workers are in danger. Will not rest for a moment. Moving on. In that direction. What on earth is this? They messed with the wrong tribe. Chieftain, their workers are in danger. May Magua guide his hands.
He is going. He will lead the way. The future of the Moonkin looks brighter.
The eye of the tribe sees. The tribe's land grows. Let Magua take a closer look.
On his way.
This looks interesting. What is that? Time to move on. Chieftain, the tribe needs more room. Build more shelters. We'll go there. It is.
Thank Nor. I couldn't have done it much longer.
Means this that the cub is ready now. It can do this ritual.
The sanguine ritual, indeed. This one recommends they do it now. The odds are bad enough as it is, and the longer we wait, the more the power of the harvested blood will fade. The odds? So the cub knows not whether the No, this one does not. The ritual does not always work, meatbag. And waiting will not help those odds. Huh. Why is Zazka not surprised?
All right then. Do it. Perform the ritual.
This one will. Step back, meatbags.
What happened?
I don't know. But the field dog's energy, it's all gone. And your brother, he's still...
Big blood. Others. No egg. No. No, let Noah go back, Big Blood. No, let him go back into Misty Water. Please.
Akrog will not. Whatever Noag saw, it was just a bad dream. Everything is all right.
Nothing all right. No dream. Noah die at easy Moonlit River. It's terrible. Just water and cold and dead and whispers and floating. There's no crumple, no sire, just corpses. Noah so afraid. Noah no want go back. Noah want live.
He is confused, Chieftain. His mind, it is hurt.
Noah want live.
Little blood. Little blood.
Gone. He is dead.
This one lives. What? Why so scared? We had a pact, and this one will fulfill it. Come on. It's time to show those meatbags what a true hunter looks like.
Can Saska help? They will not get away from Saska! Destroy them!
This one listens. The hunt begins. The strong crush weak.
The hex wall is down! To the tribe camp! He will protect the tribe.
They messed with the wrong tribe.
Why, Sarek! Is that...
Akrog is ready.
Helen, save us.
What? This is all? You are no warriors. You are ants.
Go join the worms! Great! More problems to...
What can he do for the tribe? Their flesh. The tribe must survive!
Be swift.
They will die next. Why must they plague the Moonkin? Run!
Let him out there! He's listening.
Enemies killed a hero! He is going. Akrog is listening.
Guanghua is here. He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp.
More problems to smash. They will not get away from Zazka.
It is over. They are dead.
Indeed. This was no battle, troll. This was a slaughter. This one had hoped for more.
Many, many Moonkin died.
That is the price of the struggle. Take a moment to savor your victory and mourn your losses, meatbag. Then gather your kin at the vein. This one still has the second part of his pact to fulfill.
He means?
That this one will cure your blood. Yes, they will speak at the vein.
Huh. Well, this will be curious. The kin will be dying for an explanation.
First comes the cure, then the explanations. Come, back to the Archfire vein.
Chieftain, did you do it? Did you beat those fools?
The Tusk Hunters are dead. It is true.
And so is Noag.
Everything comes at a price. Well, you should talk to the creature, Chieftain.
Meatbag, are you ready?
What else it must do.
All right. Do it. Cast the Hex.
This one will.
What is needed of him?
Silence! Silence! The Moonkin have fought well and honorably. But it is not over. There is one last battle they must win. But they cannot do so without help. Most of the Moonkin know this already. But the creature that brought chaos down upon the Moonkin's enemies is no less than Zarek's cub, the Field Dog. Through a great sacrifice, the Moonkin...
Chieftain.
The cub has not only promised to crush their enemies, but also to cleanse the Moonkin's blood. And it will do so now. Do it.
So be it. Within 12 moons' turns, their blood will be cured.
12 moons? So long?
The rot has poisoned your kin's blood for almost 6 decades. Life cannot undo death in the blink of an eye. Even with this one's power, they will have to wait and endure. This one has fulfilled the pact, Meatbag. Now they will go their separate ways.
Wait. If the heck...
Die? That depends how strong they are. It's the same for you.
But there must be some...
It already did. The weak perish, and the strong survive.
They crushed the Hunters and the Chainers, but Akrog is sure there will be more. Maybe the Moonkin can count on the Cub's help in the moons to come.
No.
Why not? If not for them, the Cub would still be in his prison.
And he, like the trolls, is also a spawn of Zarek.
And so were the Chainers. Yet this one annihilated them. Why? Because you, through your pact with this one, were stronger. It's time you face it. As long as you trolls stay this weak, you will be hunted and dominated. Such is the struggle.
Then what are they supposed to do? Die?
No, you foolish meatbag. Fight and survive. This world is full of predators. And someone as powerful as this one is not safe from all of them. Why else do you think this one ended up imprisoned? If your kind wants freedom and peace, then earn it through strength. Else you will always be the victims. Just look around you. The treasure you could gain from selling the plunder from this battlefield alone will be enough to make the hunters work for you.
Is he suggesting they become brittle bones? Fighting and killing over shiny things?
No, you fool. This one suggests they stop running. They're packed with this one all the time. So use it. Lick your wounds. Sharpen your weapons. Think and prepare. And the next time someone comes for your precious little tusks, shove them right into their hearts.
Akrog understands. Where will the cub go then? What will it do?
What this one should have been doing these past 200 years. Bring back his sire and the Silver Weaver.
Zarek and Nor.
Yes. The renegades will reign over Io. And this one will make sure it...
You won't.
What can he do for the tribe?
What?
Stay back!
Don't you dare! Don't you...
It's over.
Is he?
Not dead. Just trapped. Thank Nor I had the vein to feed on. I couldn't have done this without it.
Akrog understands not. How and why?
It's a long story and one I'd rather tell to fewer ears. How about you savor your victory first? You've done it, Chieftain Akrog. You've crushed your hunters and cured your people. I'm sure there are many words to be said.
No, the stranger will tell him now. Akrog demands it.
And I disobey. Speak to your people.
Say something.
Quiet.
Quiet!
Little Moonblood is dead. It is true. Noag gave his blood so the Moonkin could live. It is a long story, and now is not the time to tell it in full. But trust Akrog, one day he will. He will tell Noag's story, and he will make sure the Moonkin remember, until every last one of them is gone. But now is not the time for dark thoughts. Not for Akrog, nor for all those who lost trusted ones and kin today. The dark thoughts will come, and they will be strong. But not here, and not now. Because while it is true that the Moonkin have beaten their hunters, they must not fool themselves. It was only through Little Blood's sacrifice, and all the Moonkin bloodshed that this victory was possible. The hunters will return. And if not the Brittlebones or the Chainers, then others. What means this that Akrog is afraid? No. When these new hunters come, the Moonkin will be prey no more. They will await them with sharp tusks, thick hide, and the wrath of a tribe so powerful
they will make even Zarek shiver in fear! Rot it, they are Moonkin! One of theirs stands bigger than 3 greenskins! One of theirs is stronger than 10 Brittlebones! So how it can be they let themselves be the victims for so long? All these moons, all this time the tribe ran because they thought they were too weak. Yet here they stand, bathed in the blood of the fools who thought they could hunt them like animals. Zarek favors the greenskins? Well, rotten let him! The Moonkin will survive! And not only because they are Mugwa's chosen, but because they are warriors! And while it is true that the crush sticks and the throwing spikes killed the hunters, the Moonkin should always remember that it was the strength of the tribe that truly won this battle. One kin shielded the other, and that is why they are still here. Many kin fell today, good and strong kin, and the tribe will feel their loss dearly. And while there will be totems and mourning, the Moonkin will honor their sacrifice by a means far simpler still. They will survive. Now go. Lick their wounds and find the fallen. The Moonkin will be marching soon. But this time, they will build a tribe camp to last. For the Moonkin, and for Noag.
A speech worthy of a chieftain. Grangwa suggests he speaks to the kid now. Then let them find the stranger. If he has not gotten scared and run off, that is.
Trust.
Good speech, chieftain. Seems like he got some of Narton. The cub was right, though. About what? Surviving. As long as the... What? Maybe Nurbok was wrong after all. Surrendering to the greenskins, their hides would have lived, but their souls would have died. Nurbok sees this now.
Had he seen it sooner?
Maybe that would be. It is true. But right, poor little Moonblood. Nurbok speak either way. Nurbok knows this battle frees him not of guilt. He wants to give his blood for the tribe, now more than ever. But if the chieftain decides he should stay in shackles until Mugwa takes him to the moonlit... Time will tell. It will. And Grangwa, what? He is sorry. That good bit. What this here?
Zeramak?
Very well. Plenty scrap here after big fight. Zeramak, use it up, chieftain. No need to waste.
Good. The Moonkin...
Very true. It's the only way they make sure. Either way, Zeramak start with making new crush sticks. Then might try something new. Strange Pig has good ideas.
Well, Akrog is glad he did.
Sure, Zeramak better go find the pig now. Should be easy, just follow this map.
Chieftain.
Julag looks...
Oh, it is just,
Speak truth.
well, it is... it was a terrible mistake, and Julag should have known better.
What is in the then?
This means first Talag, then, well, no sense in brooding on it. Julag believes the tribe will need the...
It is true.
Then Julag and the Beaks will be ready.
Fine words, Chief.
Were they?
Akrog can barely...
Well, that is his loss. Jesting aside, Cabrax can only bow his head in respect for the choice Akrog made.
Either way, Akrog came to thank the Bonekin for fighting so bravely by their side until the end. What will come next for Cabrax's tribe?
The cradle. The truth is, Cabrax knows not.
Why not? It is their home.
Maybe so. But... well, the Bonekin failed to protect it. And Cabrax knows what Akrog is about to say.
They can stay with the Moonkin, then. They're trapped.
The same thought has come to Cabrax, too. But he knows. For now, let them feed.
Akrog will.
Good, then. And when all the mourning is done, Cabrax and Akrog will share a roast boar to peaceful moons to come.
Like a fine plan, Cabrax. Like a fine plan.
This looks interesting.
Well done, Chieftain.
So did he. They did it.
True. A shame it is too late for Krasik. But Grorag thinks he...
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Curse it. Curse it.
Curse what?
Oh, Chieftain. It is just... when Akrog find this, Anog is wrong to say trolls come here. He is sorry, Chieftain. There is nothing to be sorry about. Listen to old Anog. Put his dark thoughts on Akrog. Akrog will too. They had best speak later. Akrog must talk. Anog be think about it already. He think he know a good place. Same to him.
This looks interesting.
Ellen's saucy poems. Look, at the risk of blowing your mind, this pig's oculi are still quite functional. I must admit I was quite discombobulated to find out you possessed...
Good speech. That's what he's trying to say.
A tribe camp to last. But yes, they will try. So...
There have been...
What is that supposed...
It means there have been numerous opportunities to sneak off, if not earlier.
why have they...
That, my dear thick-hided compeers, is an excellent question. I'm afraid I don't know the answer to it myself. But I wonder, in the...
They can surely use a good scrapper. As long as the pig and his same blood know it will be...
Lovely. Let me be very clear, however. We shall need a proper smithy this time. A pig-friendly one. At least until a certain someone has found a way to reverse my...
Yes, I'm working on it. Anyway, don't let us keep you, Chieftain. I'm sure you have plenty of people to talk to. Hey,
Akrog is sorry too.
Gath is this?
Chieftain Moonkin make no...
It is true.
So Ugric get make new shelters? That make him happy. He be ready, Chieftain.
The Bonekin and the Moonkin won the day, Palak.
Even better than when the Bloodsight takes him over, Chieftain Akrog. Mugwar has given them the gift of freedom.
All right. Let them find the stranger. Time for answers.
Here.
What now? More trouble?
Let Akrog see.
It will hold.
The urn?
The Hoard of Souls is its name, but yes. I sealed his spirit inside it, where it can do no more harm. I could never have done it without the magic of that Archfire vein, though. That creature's power was immense. Either way, I'm truly sorry about your brother. He didn't deserve this.
No, he did not. But it is time for answers now.
Of course.
What Akrog did. Believes the stranger it was a mistake.
It's not a Brittlebone's place to judge.
Akrog is not asking for judgment. He is asking for the stranger's thoughts. Would he have decided differently?
Let me put it this way. I wish I could say that I had not.
A foggy answer.
But the best and most honest I can offer, I'm afraid.
Back in the tribe camp, the stranger said Mugwa's cradle was an archfire vein, just like this one, no?
That's correct. I'm impressed at how powerful both of these are, truly. Most are just a needle's eye, while these are just a hole the size of a fist.
This means the magic of the cradle never had anything to do with Mugwa, no? It is just like the cub said. She is only a fantasy.
Well, I guess it depends.
Speak true.
Fine. If your goddess exists, then she cannot physically influence the world the way the Guardians or the Renegades did. No.
A god with no power is no god at all.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. An idea, ideals, or hope cannot crush walls, but the people who believe in them certainly can. There are dangers to faith, but I think it's safe to say the faith of the Moonkin and the Bonekin led them to places most of your kind would have...
No, Grungwa believes this not. How knows the stranger Mugwa exists? Believe this nonsense not, chieftain. Just because the Guardians and the Renegades march around showing their tusks to everyone means not that Mugwa is not there. Think about the Eclipse Goddess Tiara. Not even the stranger knew she existed, yet she did.
By that logic, I could invent a god right now and claim he exists.
Mugwa has been with the trolls for centuries. And even if she were not, one needs not see what the stranger says is just more of typical brittle-bone ignorance. They see this archfire and think their tiny brains. The chieftain should not let this nonsense shake his faith. All these visions Narjak and the elders had, they meant something.
That is just what it sounded like when Noag woke up.
He was dreaming. The cub said it himself. Little Moonblood was not dead, only sleeping.
This herd of souls, it can trap someone's spirit?
Horde. And yes, it can.
How?
Well, we're still figuring that part out. All we know is that it's capable of drawing a living creature's soul out of its body and holding it within. A long time ago, a dark elven woman from Northander used it to bring a creature into this world. But that's a story for another time.
And Sazka has had enough of stories and legends to last him a lifetime.
How could the stranger simply seal the cub into that thing, if all these brittle bones from the temple could not?
I suppose you could say that, yes. But as I said, frankly, we were lucky this thing went back to the vein to cure you of the blood rot. Otherwise, things would be looking grim.
So he, what? Fed on the power running through this vein and put it into his hex?
Indeed. Before you get any ideas, though, channeling the Archfire is incredibly dangerous. I'm one of the few mages on EO who has learned how to use it, and even I can only access a portion of it.
The stranger will tell Akrog the full truth. Who is he really, and why came he here? Was this his plan from the start? Trapping the cub in this... thing?
It was.
So Grungwa was right! To the stranger, this was always only about the cub!
First and foremost, yes, it was. You have never heard of the Circle, have you?
Sazka presumes he is not talking of the shape.
No, the Circle is a... how to put it? I suppose you could call it a band of powerful shamans from all races in Northander, light and dark. Ever since a Northandian corporal called Tahar discovered the Archfire, the Circle has devoted itself to understanding it. I am one of those shamans. A Circle mage, as people call us.
Light races and dark races. So the creatures of Zarek and Nor have struck a pact with the creatures of the Guardians.
Certain ones have, yes. And it's a very peculiar pact. But that is a long story, and I doubt we have the time.
So this circle sent you to find Zarek's cub?
It's a little more complicated than that, but yes, I came here to find out whether the rumors of an imprisoned field dog were true. I found out they were. But also that I would never be able to breach these portal's seals myself. Which is where you, the gifted chieftain Akrog of the Moonkin, come in.
Is he saying he knew about the gift of spirits?
I'd heard about it, yes. I'd heard of creatures from all kinds of races with that ability. But you were the only one I could find on Urgoth.
Wait. So the stranger had already been inside the temple before the Moonkin...
Yes. I'm sorry about the duplicity, but considering how
And he was right to distrust him.
The stranger knew about the dark echoes then.
Let's put it this way. I had a theory. It wasn't all lies, Chieftain Akrog. I won't claim the survival of your tribe was my priority, but neither was it my intention to double-cross you. I wanted this resurrection to work for your kind's sake and mine. Needless to say, things took a different turn than I expected.
Had the resurrection worked in the temple, would the stranger have trapped it right...
No, I wouldn't.
Well, Akrog is glad the stranger got what he wanted. At least one of them did.
Oh, believe me, I'm far from having what I want. If you will accept a word of advice from me, I suggest you go south to the coast to build that new tribe camp of yours. The swamps will act like a natural barrier for you.
Then this is it.
Yes, Chieftain Akrog. This is farewell. I wish you and your tribe all the best. May you build this tribe camp to last. And may your brother find peace in the River of Souls.
Wait. The stranger knows all their names. It is time he told the Moonkin his.
That's fair, I suppose. My name is Wraith Skadar. Farewell.
Gone.
It is true.
They do.
What?
Akrog heard him. Zazka will walk on his own. At least
because of Little
Noad made that decision himself. It was the only...
He made the decision because that is how the Moonkin shaped him. They know how he was. Had they told him off, make no mistake, Akrog. Zazka understands Akrog is hurting as much as Zazka is. But still, Zazka just needs time away from this all. He needs time to think.
But Akrog needs his trusted one.
So does Zazka. And he will come back to see this great tribe camp. Zazka hopes the Moonkin will stay safe. But his faith is strong. Akrog has what it takes to be chieftain. Goodbye, kin. Build that tribe camp to last. All this, it has to mean something.
A tribe camp to last. The elders still wonder if Chieftain Akrog believed his own words when he first spoke them on the battlefield. The corpse of his little blood before him. All that is known is that many Moonkin believe them not. After lives of running, how could they? But then it began. With the scrap and bone and wood of their fallen kin in their sacks. They marched to the south and built their shelters. First 10, then 50, then 100. New hunters and new slavers came, as Akrog had foreseen. But knowing of the field dog slaughter in the meadow, very few of them were foolish enough to attack. And with every attack that the tribe camp endured, the walls grew stronger. One day it became known as Nagmag. What became of Chieftain Akrog, they ask? He led the Moonkin for a long, long time, with Elder Grungwa Greyfur supporting him, first as his advisor, and later as his trusted one, until his old, tenacious hide finally gave up, and Mugwa led him into the moonlit river. What became of Zazka Smalltusk will never be known. Some eyes say he was killed by hunters. Some that he built a shelter deep in the swamps. While some swear they saw him near the tribe camp, speaking with Akrog in secret. So, had he made the right choice? It is true that without Moonblood Noag sacrifice, there would be no Moonkin and no Nag today. But it is also true that with Noag, the last of the troll firstborn blood disappeared from Io forever. And that some choices leave scars, no matter how honorable the intentions. Such is the chieftain's lot.